Hello everyone and welcome to another track guide. This is the Formula Ford around Okayama International, so the full layout. It's a really good combo. Let's get into it. For turn 1 you want to be all the way on the left. As my braking marker I use these tire marks in front of us. I will brake just before I hit them. You have to brake hard and trail off the brake ever so slightly. I go for a late apex on this one. For the lap I made a little mistake, so the first one you'll see is another lap on how to do it right. And then we'll get back to my fastest lap. As I said, the apex is quite late. I aim to apex around the brown patch on the inside of the corner. As soon as I get to that, I'll go full throttle and of course use all of the track on the outside. But here I miss shift, so I don't get into the apex but still go to full throttle. For turn 2, you want to get all the way on the right. When getting to this marshal post here on the right, I dab the brake for about 5% and turn in. Managing it with the throttle input, you want to make it to the curb around the middle of the corner. As soon as you do, you will have to be around 50 to 75%. As soon as you get off it, go full throttle and use all of the track on the outside. Now take the shortest route possible. Turn 4 is really important for lap times since it goes out to the longest straight on the track. My braking marker is halfway between the 100 and the 50 board here on the left. I brake hard and I trail the brake all the way to the apex, where I aim to apex around the brown patch on the inside of the track. As soon as I get to the brown patch, I'll go full throttle. Because it's uphill, you'll see the car grab a little bit more hold of the track. I'm understeering out to about a third of the track. Then I open up my steering input so I don't drive over my front tires. When getting a good exit here, you will really see it in your lap times. And we're going down to the hardest braking zone, where you want to go all the way down to first gear. For turn 5, I brake between the 100 and the 50 board again, but maybe a little bit closer to the 100 board than the 50. It's a really hard braking zone, and again you want to trail the brake into the corner. I apex just after the middle of the corner. The corner is banking a little bit inwards, so it will help you get around the corner. When I get to the curb, I ease on the throttle because I want to aim to get out in the middle of the track. Now move the car over to the right. My braking marker is the little brown patch on the right. I brake just about a car length before it. I brake to about 35%. I also turn in at the same point. I go in and take a little bit off the curb on the inside. Once getting close to the curb, I go full throttle and use all of the track, even the AstroTurf out here. For turn 7, I brake just before I hit this curb. I brake to about 35%, and once I hit the curb, I steer in. I aim for a apex in the middle of the corner, going on to the curb on the inside. Once I do, I go full throttle and use all of the curb on the outside, and the little AstroTurf as well. Approaching turn 10, again a corner you want to go into first in. My braking marker is just passing this 50 board. As soon as I do, I brake hard. I trail the brake into the corner, and my apex point is just after the middle point. I do this to be able to come out in the middle of the track. I go on the throttle as soon as I go onto the curb. Turn 9 is going to be tricky because I don't really have a braking point for you, but you do have to brake. I brake to about 50% for a very short while, and again I aim to apex after the middle of the corner. Once I get to the curb on the inside, I go full throttle and use all of the curb on the outside of the corner. Turn 10 is full throttle if you get it right, otherwise just lift a tiny bit. For the last corner, my braking marker is this green AstroTurf here on the left. When I pass that, I start to brake, and I trail the brake all the way into the corner. The track is falling a little bit outwards, so just keep that in mind when braking. I aim to apex in the middle of the corner. Once I get to the curb on the inside, I'll go full throttle because you have a lot of AstroTurf and runoff here on the outside, so use that as well. There's no 1x out here. And that's a lap around Okayama in the Formula Ford. Too bad I had that mistake in the beginning. I only lost maybe a 10 with that, so it's nothing major. I hope this track guide helped you and that you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like down below, consider subscribing as well. Thank you to everybody who have subscribed, and now for the uninterrupted hot lap.